The first three cards are an interesting combination. So first, we've got the teacher of defense of the dark arts. So this is like this is the being that can be very much at peace in challenging environments, emotionally challenging environments. They're able to be in them and connect with them and not feel overrun, polluted, overwhelmed by them. Well, they don't get taken by that. The next one's the traveler. Look at this jolly little fella, or lady, depends how you see him. Yeah, this one is about adventure and stepping outside your comfort zone, but from the place of newness, you know, not really knowing what you're doing. And then, oddly, kind of a contrast, is the curator. And the curator is someone who's lived many lives, and they're constantly, well, not constantly, they're reinventing themselves many times in their lifetime. So they could have been a sommelier, pilot instructor, and then, you know, suddenly they're, you know, teaching random astrology workshops in Tulum, right? Things like that. Anyway, let's see what this translates as exactly. Okay. So this one is basically saying you're going to have a lot of uncomfortable things come into your present, but you're going to be able to be in a sense of peace riding them. So it's not that it's going to be comfortable, but it's more in the discomfort you will be able to navigate. You'll be able to hit a baseline rather than be activated, and get good at that. Practice that, because that's going to serve you very well. This next card is about, actually what I'm getting is this is about looking for a new way of being and being adventurous in it. So trying some new things out for yourself. It could be going to a protest. What a lovely idea. But if that is not your idea of stepping out of your comfort zone and, you know, having fun, it could be as simple as going on a hike if you're not the hiking type, going to a place you've never been. Yeah, just something different. There's something about stepping into new choices, new adventures that will be very developmental for you, particularly this week. And then the curator, which supports this. So the curator is about not defining yourself as one thing, one role, one job, one whatever. It's essentially saying you are and have been many things. And perhaps it's worth taking stock of that and really acknowledging all the things you've done, who you are today, and what those versions of you make up as a whole. Because sometimes what we can do is, in this journey of discovery of self and exploration and so on, we start to pin ourselves into one version instead of acknowledge all the versions we've been and bring all that together. So that seems to be the energy of the week for whoever you are seeing this. And here are ways to navigate. So the first thing that popped up was DMT Kitty. DMT Kitty is all about connecting to, or feeling connected to, everything around you on an energetic presence level. So that might sound a little wishy-washy. So if you're someone who has sat with, say, DMT, or you've meditated in techniques that actually take you to those places where you feel like you're tripping, what you may have noticed is a feeling of being connected, a knowing of being connected to all things around you in a very transformative way. So if you haven't had that kind of experience, then the guidance for you is to do something that helps you feel really connected to you, really connected to parts of you that may have been asleep for a while. So this may be the guidance to go out of your comfort zone. Sometimes that can wake something up in us if we've been stagnant. Yeah, what else about that one? Yeah, go into nature if you can, get grounded, you know, put your feet on bare earth, get into the water, walk away from your computer, be away from your tech for a couple of hours and just be out in nature. That will help you. As long as you're not, and when I say out in nature, I don't mean in a city park. I mean, go somewhere where it really does feel like nature. And, you know, when you breathe in, you're like, oh, right, okay. Yeah, this is real nature. I don't know what that manicured crap was back there. Right, so another one, the Tibetan monk. The Tibetan monk is gifted in intellectualizing complex ideas here around the consciousness. They're a very intellectual type, also very generous, very giving, very much in their heart, very, very wise. So what is the relevance of this? Okay, so in this case, I'm getting that this is more about being in the observer seat. So with those challenges that you may be experiencing, to be able to weather a number of them and be in the discomfort but not be in reaction, do your best to be in the observer point of view. So that's when you're allowing yourself to witness all the discomfort, but not identify with the feeling. Identify with the I am angry. It's I'm feeling anger. See the difference? I am angry versus I am feeling anger. One, choosing the identity. Two, I'm experiencing this thing. It's just moving through me like a wave of water or whatever. Yeah, see the difference? So that's what an observer in a nutshell does. Now the final one supports that idea. This is the circus conductor. So this little wonder sits, stands, whatever, in the middle of a circus and watches all the chaos unfold around them. And how they navigate is they tune in to what's going on and they watch its nature unfold and they tap into what's going on in that sense, and then they orchestrate it like a musical conductor. So there's chaos, there's unpredictability, but eventually there's a moment where they can guide it into a sense of orchestration or synchronicity with a large group that is also in chaos. So that is this little wonder. So yeah, these three lovely folks are who to tap into to navigate the week. Final card, how things will end this week. This is the Knight of Money. So this is about venturing on a personal journey to find what you carry of value that can be of value to others. And you'll notice they're looking into the distance in a very purposeful way. Who am I? Oh, I must go over there to the top of that mountain and do this thing and blah, blah, blah. And maybe it's not climbing a mountain. Maybe it's not something as drastic as that. But based on what I'm seeing in these cards, there looks likely to be a question at the end of the week revising, how am I of value to what is around me? So that was the week's cards for you, person who has caught this reading, and may you gain something of value and joy from it. Thank you.